Hey guys, it's me Stace. Welcome back to another Friday PIP, which is our Pinterest inspired project. And today we're making this really cute card holder bag. So it looks like a bag on this side, but on the side you can see there's little pockets to hold the card. I'm going to go ahead and untie it so you can see the inside. So you have two sides. You can put cards on one side, envelopes on the other, or cards on both. Really fun and very cute. So to get started, you will need 3 pieces of the same color cardstock. So the first piece is 8 1/4 by 11. Next piece is 8 1/4 by 9 1/2. The piece for the greeting on the front, this piece measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. The white piece for the greeting is 2 by 2 1/4. Then we have paper for the front. This piece measures 4 1/2 by 7. So we're going to set those aside and work on these 2 pieces and do some scoring. I'm bringing my Cricut trimmer here. Alright, so working with the smaller piece, the 8 1/4 by 9 1/2. On the 8 1/4 inch side, we're going to score this at, look at my notes, at 7 1/4. So 7 1/4. Okay, and then we can set that piece aside. Our next piece, 8 1/4 by 11, on the 8 1/4 inch side, we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch. A 1/2 inch first. And then again at 7 3/4. 7 3/4. Then we're going to rotate it now. We're on the 11 inch side, and you're going to score this one at 4 3/4. So 4 3/4. And then 5 1/4. And then 10. Just lined up there. And then at 10 1/2. Okay, so that's all done there. Now we're going to cut this in half. So this is 8 1/4. We're going to cut this in half at 4 1/8. 4 1/8. Just like that. Now we have 2 pieces. Now this piece we're going to cut it in half on the 9 1/2 inch side, or score mark at the bottom. We're going to cut this one in half at 4 3/4. 4 3/4. Okay, so now we have 2 equal pieces. We can set that aside. Alright, we're going to work with this piece first, the one that was 9 1/2. We have the square mark on the bottom. Going to crease that with your bone folder really well. Okay, so we have our 2 ends. This is what makes the bag. You're going to grab some strong tape. I'm using the sticky strip. You can use the red line tape, whatever kind of tape you like. And we're going to put this on that flap once I find the flap on this. I just had it and I just lost it. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to put that just in the flap. And I'm going to do 3 pieces only because this score tape is pretty thin. Okay, just like that. And rub that with your bone folder. And then go and take the tape off. Okay, any extra tape, just fold it over. I'm going to put this one on top of that one. What I do, I have this one with the flap up. You can see that, flap up. This one with the flap down and glue side here. And I just line them up, making sure they're even left to right, and butt the edge of this with that square mark. Just like that, making sure it's nice and even. And then just bring this piece down. Okay, and that's going to create our bag. Okay, we can set that piece aside. Now we have these 2 halves. These are the pockets. So go ahead and score on all those score marks again, or crease the score marks. And this is paper tray ink cardstock, so it's really thick. It's actually thicker than Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And this color I'm using is terracotta tile. And the one I used for the original bag was saffron spice, I believe. So go ahead and keep on creasing all those score marks really well. Alright, now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut on the score marks here. So in the middle, cut on those 2 score marks. Then I like going in on the flap and just going in on an angle, just to release some of the bulk there. Okay, so it looks like that little triangle. Do the same on this one. Now we're going to have 2 score marks here. With this little square on the end, we're going to cut that out entirely. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Okay, I do the same for this one. I'm going to cut that one square out completely. And then cut on the square mark on this one, and then angle it a little bit to release the bulk. And do the same for these ones. Okay, just like that. Okay, so we have our 2 halves. And now we're going to take them. We're going to put on the 2, we have 2 score marks here. Fold on the very first one. On that piece, we're going to put some tape. And again, I'm going to use 2 because my piece is skinny. If you're using a thicker, sticky strip, then you would just need the 1. Okay, so we have that on that flap. Do the same for this one over here. So fold the first flap in and put adhesive on the outside flap. You could probably use the art glitter glue for this. I've used that glue before on boxes and it worked really well. Alright, go ahead and give them a little rub. And then take the paper off. Okay, and you're going to take this, you're going to fold it down to where now you have the glue exposed. Then bring this piece over. Oh, I did not fold on that center score mark. Make sure you get the score marks in the middle. Okay, see when you bring it over, you're going to fold it on the score mark. It's going to line up with that. Okay, just get it like that. Make sure it's even on the top and the bottom. Okay, and it basically creates a little box like that. Okay, same thing on this one. Take the backing off. Oh. Take this one off. Okay, and again I need to fold on those score marks. Okay, so lay it down, have your glue exposed on a little flap, and then bring this piece down. And I'm just going to line it up left to right to make sure my scoring was straight, just in case it wasn't. Okay, alright, now we have the bottom of the box. The little flaps in. Put one flap in, and on this little flap here, you're going to put a piece of glue, whether it be the tape or a liquid glue. So put the little flappies in, and put glue on this piece right here. And I'll bring it up close so you can see it. Okay, so this is the bottom of the box, that's the top, the opening, the bottom. Our little flaps go in. We have this flap going to go down. Then that flap right there, we have our adhesive. Okay. Give that a little rub. And then take the backing off. Want to make sure it stays square. Everything lines up. And I like going in with my bone folder on the edge just to give it that a little bit of a rub. Okay, do the same for this one. It's a really easy box to make. I think it makes a great gift. Just give somebody a nice set of cards and envelopes. Okay, so we have those. Alright, that's right. So we have these 2 pieces, and we have this piece. Now this piece, we're going to put tape on the edge of the square mark on the sides. And I'm going to do 2 of them here. And I'm at the edge of the score mark. Not quite at the edge, a little bit away from the edge. Okay, so I have that, and I'm going to take another piece of sticky strip or score tape. I'm going to put this on the top of the box on one of those edges. Okay, just like that. Do another one for the other side. So the opening of the box, put your tape or glue, whatever you're using, right there. If you have any extra, just go ahead and tear it off. All right, give that a little rub. I need to put a little bit more on that side so it goes right to the edge. Okay, just like that. All right, we're going to take the tape off these guys. Give them a rub first. So working with one side, take the tape off. Take the tape off this one. Okay. Now we're going to lay this glue side down on top of this piece, glue side down. This is probably the hardest part. Now I kind of like just tilt it a little bit, kind of going at it on the side, just to make sure where the score mark is. And you don't want to be right at the score mark. You want to go a little bit past the score mark, just a smidgen past it. Okay, then get that down there. I'm going to go and rub my finger in that part. I'm going to take my bone folder and go in there and rub the bottom. Okay, so we just attach that piece to that piece. Take this one off. Take these off. Okay, and again, the same idea. I'm going to turn it this way for it's easier for me to see it. I have the glue here and the glue here, and you want to go a tad bit away from this score mark, not right on top of it. Make sure you're straight. Okay, and then give it a good rub, and make sure you get the inside. Okay, so now when you close it, you have your pockets. Okay, I was a tad bit too close, so it's not going to close up perfectly, but it's still fine. All right, now I'm going to take this. We need to put our paper on. Actually, I'm crooked on this one. Yep, I'm way crooked. I'm going to take this off real quick. I just seen that. So that's the hardest part, making sure you're straight. So I can shimmy it over. I can't. So the first time you make this, you might want to use a liquid glue, which I'm going to do that next. I'm going to use the liquid glue because that tape is super strong. If you don't get it lined up perfectly, at least with the liquid glue, you have some wiggle room. So I'm using art glitter glue. I'm going to use a good amount of it here. And it might be also easier to do it like this, lining up on the score mark there and bringing that up. Maybe we can try that, do it this way. So I have my glue here and my glue there. I'm setting this in between the score marks, making sure I'm straight, and then I can bring this piece up. Actually, that worked out better that way. You just get that in there nice and straight. Put your fingers in there and give it a rub. Okay, let's see how we are now. Okay, a little better. All right, now we're going to take our paper and put that on the front. I'm still a little off there. I'm going to put paper on this side. So pick your side that you're going to put your paper on. So my first box went together fine. This one, not so much. All right, so take your paper. Put this on the front. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and punch some holes in it. So we're going to fold it. I have the, like this. Good. You can also put paper on the inside here to break up the colors as well, if you have extra paper to do that with. All right, so get this to where I'm straight. And I'm going to punch a hole in it. I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, there's one. And then we're going to do the other one on this side. If you have a big bite, you can also use that as well. Alright, so we got our two holes there. Now we're going to work on the front. So we have this piece. We're going to go and put some glue on the back of this guy. And I'm using my art glitter glue because it's already out. I'm going to put that on the front on a little bit of an angle like that. And then this one I'm going to stamp. I'm using one of May's stamps. It's called Sunflower Wishes, and I'm using it. It says Sending Happy Thoughts. I'm using my mini Misty for that. So I'm going to put this in here. And the ink I'm using is Paper Tray ink, and this is again the terracotta tile. It matches that cardstock there. Okay, and get that down. Perfect. Alright, we're going to flip it over and add some foam squares to the back. I'm going to do 5, all 4 corners and in the middle. So yeah, my tip for you guys making this card box holder or card holder, I would definitely use a liquid glue. This way you can shimmy this to make sure they're on there straight. Take all the backing off. I'm going to put that on there. Okay, now go to put your cards in there. I just have a few. So you can do cards on one, envelopes in the other. And these are normal A2 size cards that we all make. I'm going to grab some twine. You could of course use ribbon. Fold it up. So you can't really tell that it was off a little bit. Plus it's homemade, right? It's not perfect. It's not supposed to be. Alright, bring that one in. Okay, and then just we're going to tie it into a little bow. So really cute little gift. Makes a great gift for somebody that doesn't really make cards and loves to send cards. And I love the greetings, sending happy thoughts. You can just send them cards. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix my bow, my loops. I do like them hanging down a little bit low. I'm going to trim that one. Alright, so there you have it. There's that one there. And then this one here. I'm going to put this back in here for you so you can see it. So pretty easy, right? Because the hardest part I think is attaching the pockets to the inside piece. But I definitely would do the liquid glue to attach those. And then the liquid glue, if you're using a strong glue, you should be fine. You don't need to use the sticky strip or the score tape or the red tape. And leave the tails long so when the person opens up the box, they can retie it. So I just like the look of the long tails. So what do you think? Longer video today, almost 20 minutes, but I think it's super cute. My little tail's not cooperating there. Stick it behind there. Kind of train it. Okay, there you go. Alright guys, there you have it, our Pinterest inspired project. Like I said, a little bit longer, I do apologize for that. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.